What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Thursday, October 27th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all very much. Hope you're having a great week so far. Let's take a look at the horoscope for today. All right, so that moon comes into Sagittarius, and I do think this definitely can bring a lot more hope, a lot more positivity, especially because this is Jupiter's final day in Aries as it degresses or regresses, whatever you want to say, back into Pisces, which will be at about 10:50-ish Pacific time. So on the East Coast, it will be on the 28th if you're in the United States and wherever else you're at to do that math. But, you know, this is like double fire, and I think that it's a pretty solid reception because Jupiter would like to be, of course, in its home of Sagittarius, and the moon's coming in, like giving us one more kick of like knowing your beliefs and emotionally committing, because Scorpio does want to commit. It does want to be passionate. It wants to go into something, and we have to have a positive outlook. We want to be going into positive situations. We're in this energy that is like, get rid of the trash. Take the garbage out. Stop holding on to what isn't of value, to what isn't going into a future, right? Saturn square Uranus, Saturn in Aquarius, Uranus here in Taurus with the North Node. Even Jupiter semi-square the midpoint of Jupiter, of the North Node in Uranus. So there's definitely like, we gotta have strong, like a strong emotional belief that there's an expanse taking place, that there's more across the horizon, that more things can be accomplished, that they can be conquered if you're feeling powerful and strong within your foundation, the framework of your being. And through that, whatever transformation, it doesn't matter. It's like you really have to think that the universe is not working against you right now. If it's hard times, if you're going through a lot, you have to shift your belief to think that it's trying to empower you to make the necessary initiation into the change that's better for you, that's, worth committing to. So, gosh, there's definitely a lot that can be happening in our lives right now. A lot can be taking place in the world, but especially in our personal lives, we can feel like a little, beat down. We could feel like, the universe is almost conspiring against us because it's trying to force change. And that's Scorpio. It's fixed because one of the only constants is change, right? The evolution, the growth of new, the destruction of old. Some things just have to go. Don't hold on to the trash. Don't bring trash into your new story. I think that's the most positive way to look at Thursday, is like, whatever's transpiring, you have to look that the outcome is happening for a reason, to get you on the right journey, to get you on the right chapter of this book you're writing for yourself before, Jupiter comes back into Pisces, and it's with Neptune, and you can feel lost in space a little bit. You can feel lost in the abyss, lost in the sauce. Like, there's abundance, but Jupiter in Pisces is interesting because the abundance isn't tangible, right? And we are North Node Taurus. We are looking for this tangible value in life right now, and it shifts the abundance, if you will, with Jupiter into the metaphysical, into the spiritual, into knowing and having faith. So I think it is a huge day for faith throughout, maybe feeling like things are a little rocky, a little shaky. We got Venus and the Sun still together. I think the other big part of today is Mercury square Pluto. There's no getting around the truth right now. It's a huge transformation point with our mind of like really shifting us into understanding the deeper capacity to build something in our lives, the deeper capacity to know what the truth is behind the scenes. It's Scorpio season. There's a lot that's been behind the scenes in our own personal, maybe story of ourselves or within relationships, because relationships are so heavy right now. It's all very strongly exposed right now. And, you want to use a powerful aspect like that to your advantage, where you're seeing the truth and you're making the quick, responsive change to bring that beauty and alignment into your life, into your relationships, into your contracts, and getting out of contracts that are not part of a bigger picture, a more expansive story in our lives. And I mean, this can also make people feel like trapped in their mind, like there's something controlling the way they're thinking, like, which I would say too, with Jupiter coming back into Pisces, we're talking about, amplified propaganda. I feel like propaganda and projection can happen from so many different places in our lives. It can happen from, our friends, family, the environments we're in. It can definitely 100%, as we all know, come through screens and the media and what this big picture of the world's looking like. So you gotta trust your soul, and you gotta do your investigative work today and see that when you find the answer, you found the answer, and it's black and white, and you can't run from that, and you can't hide from it, and you cannot be scared of it. You have to look at the positive of what can transpire and open up from seeing what that truth is. It's interesting that we're starting to see Venus build up a trine to Juno, which I think is a very positive aspect for relationships, and really building something magical with people in our lives right now. But then we're also going to see the moon square Juno by the end of the day, and we have a Venus here in its detriment position of Scorpio, and it's hard. We could be really forcing a story with toxicity in people, and it doesn't mean that it doesn't always have to be that somebody's the devil, or that somebody's like this terrible person. The moon will be with Antares too, right? At 9 degrees of Sag. But we can't fix everybody or heal everybody. We really have to be in alignment with a story in another person that is empowering and growing and positive. If we're not getting that reflection, I think it's very, very clear, especially with Mercury in Libra square Pluto, Moon square Juno, Venus in detriment with the Sun, which is really, Venus is as far away from the Earth as it gets. On the opposite side of the Sun, we can't see our Venus here. We don't want to be stuck in a blind spot or over-idealizing situations right now. We really want to be sharp. We really do. And Mars is stopped here, getting ready for its retrograde on the 30th and the 31st, depending on where you are. Square Neptune. Remember to keep pushing forward. Remember to take care of the little things that are going to open up your story, that are making your environment better, that are giving you opportunity to move forward still. Just because the warrior within us, as the planet Mars is stopped here, and the warrior doesn't like to stop, wants to keep charging forward and pressing in battle, remember, you can still press. You can still go forward. It's going to feel, a little bit murky, a little bit harder, but you can still do it, because it's the information that you receive in the moment. You got to do something about that. That Mars retrograde is going to teach us, when all's said and done, wow, if I would have acted in the moment better and kept a positive outlook on a day like this that's setting up for a Mars retrograde, wow, I really could have empowered myself more and done more instead of this Chiron quincunx the South node that's very much very victim set. I'm the victim, oh, poor me, I'm the masochist in every relationship in my life. It's almost like we like the pain. We don't have to suffer. We don't have to be in pain. We don't have to, be under some sadist, if you will. Whatever that may look like in our lives. It doesn't have to be that way. So I do think it's a very positive day coming off some very intense transits, but it comes with, really having to empower your mind and not having your power taken from you from other people is really the big point here. Are other people dictating how you feel about yourself and the expanse of your journey? If they are, they're the trash that needs to get taken out. You want to be around really positive influences in your life right now. It honestly, I wanted to say in that moment, it's like life or death. I don't necessarily think that's true, but it could be. So pay attention to the truth. It's there for a reason. Pay attention to what's enlightening your life and lighting it up with positive beliefs and emotions and expanse and freedom, and whatever's controlling and manipulating and holding you back. We gotta change that up, guys. Gotta transform those situations and transmute that energy. Oh, I didn't grab one of the new decks. 1 second. Forgot. I'm back. Luckily they were close. Going Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones tarot today. So of course I'm wishing you all the best. This is such a day to remember that whatever hardship is possibly going on in our lives, whether it is or not, or big or minuscule, that there's a positive reason, and faith is so empowering. But it's faith and then action based on faith. Just blind faith, isn't going to get us on the journey. It is about, being strong enough to act upon what you do truly believe will make a difference and, give you strength. All right, Game of Thrones tarot, what do we got here? Temperance, reversed. Sometimes you can't just wait around for, synchronicities. Sometimes it's like, what's the truth and the fact and what's showing up right now? And like being able to do something to bring that beautiful alignment and harmony into our lives. The Lovers. It's got to be, that kind of vibe here, Jon Snow, Ingrid. I love them as a couple. I like that they chose them instead of him and, Daenerys, to be honest, in this deck. It's very important that we are around energy that really does want to embrace and love us. If we're not getting that reflection right now, we're being manipulated and trapped. It's not good. This is definitely a lot of lessons about where we think we have to be in a situation because it makes us whole, or it gives us money, or it gives us something that's of comfort. You have to know that if it's not really love, if it's not really beautiful, if it's not really free, it's not giving you the comfort you think it is. It's actually the source of the uncomfort, if you will. And the King of Spears, which I'm guessing is swords. All these tricky decks with their switch-ups. King of Swords. It is a time to be sharp, to be smart, to know what's free, and to know what our direction is, and to not be, this is test. It's a test of mental strength today. To not, play victim, to not be manipulated by others, to not be manipulated by society, to not be manipulated by whatever it is. Like, you have to know who you are. You have to own that, and you have to stay positive that if you need to make a change to get a life that fits who you are better, that you can do it. So it's really being strong in your mental authority. And if you're already happy, don't let your mind trick you into not being happy just to trick us into a sense of martyrdom. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.